on, Habibis? I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jay Kobbe.
And we're the Habibi Bros. Welcome to another Habibi Bros podcast. We are live right now on Rumble and also our locals. And if you use the promo code one of us, which I now actually have in the description of this video, you could actually get 3 months free and hang out with us because we have an after show that we do with just the locals community, and it's happening. So you get basically a seamless transition. Jay, you and I both transition pretty well.
Oh,
from male
absolutely.
to female, male to female to male. Yes.
Back and forth,
you're a switch hitter, right?
Yeah, I am.
Happy opening day.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh yeah, it is baseball, right?
It is,
That's a baseball reference.
Baseball.
You got it.
Look at us. Oh, look at us. Who would have thought?
Not me.
Not me. So hit that like and subscribe button and join us. We are going to unpack some of the news of this week. Hopefully make you feel a little less insane or even less sane, depending on which direction you want to go.
I don't think people watch our show in order to reel back their insanity. I think they come into it to see two guys who are even more insane than they are and be like, oh, no, wait, I'm the normal one.
Yeah.
They're insane out there.
It's almost like watching Mad Max. I'm trying to figure out who's more crazy, us or them.
It's going to be hard. Especially with everything that's going on right now, including, we talked about this last time, but we're going to go into more because there's a report that came out that there's something around 13.5 million illegal aliens that have flooded through the southern border.
In just this year or when?
No, I think in the term of
Biden's presidency,
which is up something they say 37-40%. But this is not counting the people that they haven't encountered. This isn't counting people that they didn't report themselves, because we know the head of border security in this admin is a commie piece of doo-doo.
You can say garbage.
Yes.
You use garbage quite a bit.
I do. He is a commie piece of garbage. Boom. Completely, absolutely lying from day one about the border being opened or closed.
We're talking about Mayorkas, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Talking about how this is the most secure the border has ever been. And even with their underreporting of 13.5 million, it is the most that has been allowed into the country ever.
I think it's incredible about this is the fact that they've been gaslighting us into oblivion, specifically on immigration, and trying to convince us that, there isn't a mass invasion happening.
Bro,
now,
they're so good at gaslighting. They have gaslit you into thinking you're either straight or gay.
Wait, straight.
No, okay.
Bi?
Nada.
One of the three.
Now, how much more do you want to disappoint your dad? If you came out, I think your dad would be more disappointed if you came out bi than if you just came out gay.
I think with this new rebrand of the show, I think my parents would actually watch it. We're maturing, we're evolving.
We are. Sure. Yeah. You go with that.
If you want to,
if you want to say it that way, yeah. I like the optimistic. I'm not optimistic about the invasion. The absolute. 13 point. Even look, I am gonna. It's not even conspiracy hat time.
Mm-hmm.
They're underreporting it by probably 8 million. And
what did they report it?
That is being
they reported as 13.5 million.
13.5 million.
So you're saying there's probably 21.5 million.
21.5.
See,
can you do it for me? 21.
It's a rich flex. 21.
Can you do
something for me? We're also evolving in the sense that I am 40 minutes late to our own show, and I have a good excuse for that.
Dude, I was just going to be like, it is 9 o'clock. Everyone else's clocks are wrong.
Everyone else is wrong.
Yeah, we're just going to gaslight them into oblivion.
Actually, yeah, I think I wasn't late. I was right on time. What do you think?
We were on time.
We're always on time.
Nobody was late.
Yeah, the show starts when we say it starts.
Hey, we're the ones who push it live.
Exactly.
And when it goes live, it's
I mean,
9.
It's
Yeah.
9 o'clock. Exactly. I mean,
Ish.
We do include the ish to that.
Yeah, of course. Look, you always want to set the expectations right with people when they're either enjoying a service or a product. Like I state, the deepest I can go is 6 inches. I let it.
I thought you were a 2-inch wonder, Jay.
No, I just say that to you, baby.
No, you're too nice. Is it because like it's like throwing a football down or a hot dog down a hallway? Yeah, I feel like this is the part where my parents would tune out.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so
dude, they would be tuning out when we were talking about immigration. Like when I
no, the funny thing is that like our dads who are immigrants, like maybe my dad wouldn't be like this. I feel like your dad might be like this, where as soon as they get into the country, they're like, man, there are too many immigrants here. We need to shut it. We need to shut it down.
No, they do, and it is getting way out of hand. The systems are being overrun.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing, and it's so funny because Chris Hayes had a thing talking about how all crime stats are actually down. Like the evidence and the data isn't on your side when you're saying that crime is up.
So they're using only percentages, right?
They're using
not raw numbers,
not just only percentages. What is happening in the major blue cities, Soros-run DA Soros cities?
They're failing to prosecute a lot of these crimes because of all this criminal justice reform, and they're doing it in a way to help their own numbers and make it look like crime's actually going down when it's actually not going down. It's just being underreported.
It's not being reported at all. So like you said, like they're not doing arrests. They're not doing any prosecutions. And you're seeing the numbers come way down. So this isn't true. And one of the other things that they like to gaslight you on as well is that the Washington Post fact check, the fact checker,
which one? Glenn Kessler?
Yeah, the son of
or Philip Bump.
No.
Philip Bump, I think, is just a columnist.
Philip Bump is a dumbass. That's what Philip Bump is. And then Glenn Kessler
is a son of Nazis, right?
Yeah, well, not just a son of a Nazi. He is a son of a, Yeah. So it is. He came out and started saying that the crime rates with illegals are down.
Okay.
All right. Illegal aliens don't commit crimes in this country. Illegal aliens are criminals 100% of the time.
Yeah, just by virtue of entering into the country illegally, that makes them a criminal.
Absolutely. So it doesn't matter what crimes they commit outside of that fact. The fact is, the 100% fact,
essentially,
is that 100% illegal aliens are criminals.
Essentially. I think it's also important to note that Jay is also an illegal immigrant. And if you're wondering how he entered the country, he was smuggled in
through a white person's vagina.
through Mary's uterus. It's known to happen once or twice
from time to time. It does.
Once a generation, it happens.
But it's so crazy that, I mean, every media institution that's out there is lying to you,
right?
And it's like you say, you think you're going crazy, but you're not. You're not. They're the ones lying to you. Like the reality is, as you
recall, on was it Super Tuesday, whatever one of these primary nights that happened, MSNBC's Rachel Maddow, Joy Reid, and some other white lady were talking about how one of the top issues for Virginia voters was immigration or illegal immigration.
Yeah.
And they were like, laughing at that and thinking, oh, it's so funny. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's West Virginia.
Yeah.
It borders with West Virginia. Of course they're worried about West Virginians coming into Virginia. It's all BS. It's just...
Dude, a week before that, a 14-year-old Virginian was raped and murdered by an illegal alien.
I don't even know. I mean, I know we're talking about how big of a mess it is, but it's such a we can't even identify the problem. It's kind of like that whole radical Islamic terrorism debate. Like people were constantly, and I will fully admit I was guilty as being part of like the problem. Not in the sense that I was actually committing radical Islamic terrorism, but I was being more of a lib about it, being like, why would you call it radical Islamic terrorism? That's Islamophobic. Of course, yes, that's, if you can't identify the problem though, there's no way to address it. There's no way to solve it. I'm okay now with calling it radical Islamic terrorism because at the end of the day, like these are radicals. It's not the entire,
right, by not
an
identifying
entire community of Muslims, but like
without identifying it,
I'm sure. Well, 10-7 has gotten me to reconsider this, seeing as how many of them celebrated it, and I'm just like, oh god,
I celebrated it, defend Hamas.
I just don't want to be seen with these people. God,
it's getting really insane that they are when it comes to the issue of Jews, I feel like Muslims revert back to their natural habitat,
their primitive
state of like jihad now and stuff. Because what's really funny is the reason why I say it is because
it's like they revert back to the Crusades
Muslims,
time.
Yeah, American Muslims are far and away so much more assimilated and like Americanized compared to
and pluralistic,
British
and accepting
French,
of other people,
all that kind of stuff. And then
they have to
October 7 happened, and then they all reverted back to
all of them started putting on kafayas, and they got their they got their AK-47 and Quran, and they're standing in front of their camera.
Exactly.
God.
And it was so crazy because a lot of them like were already going toward like wanting to vote for Trump. Well, this is like anecdotal in terms of me and the different families and people I talked to, especially in California before coming out here. Like the biggest issues they had was the trans stuff, and especially the stuff that they're the gay, as one parent says, the gay shit that they were pushing onto kids.
He's quoting.
I'm quoting. Yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. Because
this is the Uber driver.
No. This is a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So his son came home and said, "Oh, Dad, they had like rainbow flags going out because it's
Pride Month or
Pride Month,
Pride
LGBTQ week. Month and stuff." And he goes, "What? What are you saying?" Next day, 6 a.m., he's at the principal's office, sits down with his son. He's like, "What is this gay shit that you have in these hallways?" He's like, we're not putting our kids to come through here to see this stuff. We only have American flags flying in these schools. You think I'm asking you to put the Lebanese flag up here or post any of that kind of stuff?
Right.
They are not going to see any of the, like, I don't want you guys influencing them in any way with any of this type of stuff. If this goes any further, I'm telling you, because it was like the Muslim community that's in that school was something like 30% of the school, the student base and stuff. So and he was like going to legitimately make that to zero. Like he would rile them all up,
get them all out of school.
Yeah, absolutely. When it came to that issue. And then also, of course, them all making more money under Trump than what they're making now. So they're like, if it hits them financially, they're like, fuck this, I'm moving. I'm
from the day he pull them all out of school and have them chant from the river to the sea, Palestine will LGBT.
Well, now I don't know. Now the administration is so scared to lose Dearborn, Michigan, that they abstained in one of the votes with the
uncommitted. Oh,
and the UN.
Oh, wait, what?
The UN, they had a vote for ceasefire.
Right.
So
no, I saw that.
Russia, China, everyone.
Yeah, everyone approved it through the Security Council,
and they abstained. They didn't veto it.
Right, but if they vetoed it, then it just wouldn't go through.
But so they abstained and let it go through.
Yeah. So they didn't vote for it, but they abstained, meaning that they
did it to appease Dearborn. And you know what happened?
Wait, Russia and China?
The United States.
Oh.
Dude, I'm telling you, they abstained. What does that mean? It goes through, right?
Right.
Okay. They didn't veto it like they should have.
They didn't vote for it.
it doesn't matter if they vote for it or not.
This
It
is a
still goes
ceasefire?
through. Yeah, the ceasefire
Okay.
thing. So the
The
abstain
abstention.
is allowing it to go through.
Right.
So it's basically voting for it.
I didn't realize the U.S. abstained from it.
Yes. So instead of vetoing it to appease the terrorists in Dearborn, Michigan, because that's who they're
Hey,
like. They're the most ones that they're scared of.
That's a hardworking
losing.
American blue collar city.
It's the grassroots, as some people were saying. I'm not even kidding. Some Democrats were saying that this is due to grassroots protesting. And I'm sorry, but terrorists from Dearborn, Michigan, are not grassroots of America.
I mean, they might be the grassroots sleeper cells of America.
Of Hamas and everything else. And what's really funny about this, you know what Hamas did after they abstained and did all that? Walked away from the hostage negotiations.
Oh, didn't have that on my bingo card.
Yeah, of course. It's who would have thought negotiating with terrorists doesn't end well in any shape.
Yeah, what happened to that U.S. policy where we don't negotiate with terrorists?
We have because the terrorists are in the State Department of the United States right now. That's why. Yeah.
We kind of went off on the tangent here. We were talking about immigration. We just went off on Israel and Palestine, Dearborn, which is the nature of this podcast. This is what we do. But anyways, bringing it back here for a second.
I mean, it's crazy because that's the same thing in the immigration stuff. We don't know who's coming through here,
right? And we can't name the problem, which is exactly where we got off on the tangent. If you even Biden at the State of the Union using the term illegal, that this Laken Riley nursing student, 22 years old, who was murdered by an illegal immigrant from Venezuela. The fact that he said illegal, Democrats were more pissed off at the fact that he said illegal than they were the fact that this Laken Riley
was murdered
by
an illegal alien. Yeah, and then he apologized.
And then he
on the next NBC, he apologized.
He's like, "Yeah, I regret calling him illegal." Like,
it's because,
bro, what? Like, no one can. Honestly, like, in the grand scheme of things, do you really like? It's like misgendering a trans murderer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like if they're charged with murdering them if they're charged with some crime and they're you misgendered them, call them a he when they identify as she, like that's worse than whatever it is that trans.
Yeah, because that's the real violence. Not the murder. That's the real violence. And they feel like if you do that and you dehumanize illegal aliens, then the Americans are not going to vote for you.
Right.
And it's so stupid.
There's so many.
The logic behind it doesn't make any sense. Like you're saying, like the illegal part of it was more violent in their minds than Laken Riley being murdered by an illegal.
It is most ridiculous, sir. It is too crazy.
It is. We're all going bonkers. And you want to know how even more bonkers we're going? New York just issued $1,400 a month for illegal aliens as long as they promise
to vote for Eric Adams,
that it's only going to be used for food and baby
supplies.
If they peak promise, you know how well that went with the food stamps, especially in places like California where they can use it on anything. I mean, in some places,
TVs, PS5.
I'm not even kidding. In some places, not even kidding. You can actually go in and take cash out from your food stamps. You can take cash.
Amazing.
When
I'm moving to California, guys,
dude, deuces. I mean,
it's like
go
trading places.
Eight kids,
trading places, Jay,
and have at it.
So
you can go to KFC with it. I think one of the first ones was like KFC. You know why? Because they're racist. Because most of the people on EBT are black people.
Well, Jay, that's super duper racist.
And then Popeyes followed.
Flapper on Local says, "Why did you guys switch sides? Am I crazy or is Jay always on the right?" How long has it been since you watched the show? Ever since we started doing the show live in person, we've had to switch sides because
where the cameras are.
Spencer, switch it around and make it. You can see how it looks when we switch it around. Look at that.
It looks instead of eyes going cross-eyed, they go the opposite way. It's not good.
It's like Steve Buscemi's character in that one Adam Sandler movie where his eyes are going to the opposite ends. That's what this show looks like when we're back on our original sides.
That's exactly what.
I mean, I miss my left side. I think that's my best side. It's my, my left side.
Dude, every side's your best side.
Oof.
Dude, I don't even know why you're worried.
Stop it.
I can't help it. I got a 1.5 inch chubby right now. It's got your name all over it.
It actually does have my name over it. He has it tattooed on there.
Honestly, I need to go get another tattoo.
Right on there. Well,
Dude, I really
maybe you could get my middle
tattoo.
name on there.
No, that's not gonna happen. So I have it's because it's green. It makes it look like a green screen, but
sometimes you can't see
the
it.
Lebanese cedar tree on here.
Shows you how American he is.
On here, I want to do
He's
like
illegal.
Oh my god.
What?
Not illegal. But what I want to do here is I want to do like a Japanese strip tattoo, but like very American. So there's going to be like boobs and ass and hamburgers, fireworks, bald eagle.
Yeah, I was just
American
gonna say,
flag,
if you don't have the bald eagle,
and then of course George Washington on the tank.
Ooh,
and instead of it being George Washington, it's George Bush, and we're going to go kill 500,000 Iraqis.
Let's go, America.
America.
F yeah. We'll swear more in our locals.
Yeah.
Okay, so in addition to all of this, the 13.5 million people that were reported being entering the country illegally, the $1,400 stipends that are going to illegal immigrants in New York, women can't even walk down the street without being attacked.
Yeah.
And this is by illegal immigrants, or is this just by randos?
So it's going to be by I would say a group. So it's homeless people, randos, and illegal aliens that this is happening with.
Okay, so it's not just an illegal alien problem. It's also a homeless problem.
It's an
indicative of Blue City problem.
Exactly right.
Okay.
And it's so sad to see because you're seeing a bunch of women who are going onto social media right after the attack, having black eyes, bumps on their heads.
They have black guys.
Dude, not your on your porn. Can you please take cucked by black guys off of your Pornhub, please?
No.
Can you?
During the show? Absolutely not.
Is that what motivates you?
Yes.
That's what
I got a half a chub just because of it.
So they are filming themselves walking down the street with all of that, and there's no arrests being made. They are, I mean,
because they won't arrest black guys, right?
Or illegal aliens.
Fair enough.
And there's one video of this woman, which is really sad, for her having her jaw wired shut.
Oh yeah, do we have video of that?
Getting
and then we got
sucker punched.
And then we got something.
And then the guy had priors and is not even going to get a misdemeanor out of what just happened.
Man, it's almost like Sam Bankman-Fried should have just like crossed the border illegally and just started beating women in the streets of New York.
Right. Yeah, here's some of them.
I just want to give an update on getting punched in the face. I said I was done fucking crying on the internet. Here I am. But yeah, I am going to the hospital. I feel like I'm probably, oh my God, it looks like I have a fucking devil horn. Honestly, that's kind of fitting. Anyway, yeah, I was just walking on the sidewalk and my head was down. I was like looking at my phone, just sending an email, but there was so much room on the sidewalk and like literally nobody was around. And I guess this man, I don't know if he punched me or if he owed me. I literally passed out. So I don't really remember, but I think he just was really mad that my head was down. He was walking a dog. So he took it upon himself to body check me and let me know to be conscious of my surroundings, which now I fucking will be. And then I fell to the ground and I like literally blacked out for a second, but then I got up and he was screaming at me. And I was just like scared. So I literally just ran away. And then I was like, wait, am I crazy? Like, what the fuck just happened? And then I was like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I'm going to just urgent care. That's probably so fucking drama. I could put some frozen peas on it and be fine. But everybody's like, go to urgent care. And since I did black out for a second, maybe just in case I have a concussion or something, I don't know. We'll see.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I mean, there's more than just that too. There's a collage of it, which I thought that
Our producer.
esteemed producer
Esteemed.
would put
Look
it
at
up
what
on
happened to
himself
you.
to actually go fine, but he didn't, and he didn't even find that.
It's not
report
even. It's
of
not
the
even.
judge.
I mean, unless he's dealing with midterms right now, it's definitely not finals. It's only March. Happy Women's History Month. Is this how we're celebrating Women's History Month? Is by punching women in the face in the streets of New York?
That's what it looks like.
Is it actually just in New York, or is this like actually a nationwide problem?
It's just New York right now, but I can see it happening in San Francisco.
New York really is.
I mean, it was a problem in San Francisco too. I mean, Asian women were being attacked left and right in San Francisco and Northern California.
Hey! You watch your tones. Nancy Pelosi went to Chinatown.
She did.
You watch it.
She did. You know, it was worse than women getting beat up in in San Francisco, calling it the Kong flu.
You know,
that was worse. That was even more violent.
Worse. Bob Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, getting a handy happy ending at his massage parlor. We all know that's
just stereotype. Here it is. There's a random, unprovoked, vicious attack on a 57-year-old woman in Brooklyn. Watch as the suspect ignores another man walking nearby, then punches the woman in her face, causing her to stumble backwards.
What happened? Why you hitting me? Why you hitting me? I was bleeding a lot. Well, I'm so scared. I'm so afraid.
Dulce Pichardo was on the receiving end of that punch. Her mouth now wired shut. Her face fractured in several places. Drinking food out of a straw for 6 weeks. Permanent damage to her lower lip. 3 teeth knocked out, and she might need surgery. In this Eyewitness News exclusive, Pichardo says he didn't say a word, just stared at her, then broke her jaw.
He hit me very, very strong over here. And he break everything here. Everything's break.
It happened yesterday around 5 p.m. on Grand Avenue near Dean Street. Pichardo was school bus aide and was returning from work, just steps away from home when she was slugged. Her brother owns a restaurant across the street from where she lives. He and this employee chased the suspect down. Johan Flores.
You can't walk around in the streets of New York anymore. You can't go around any of these places. When I was in California, I wouldn't go to LA for anything other than just go to a restaurant, valet my car, and then go pick up my car from valet. I wouldn't walk on the street, nothing. Like, it is disgusting. Downtown LA is disgusting. I don't understand why anybody would ever want to go through any of that. Even driving through it is horrible. But that place had such good pasta. And they had like really good burrata cheese and prosciutto that they imported.
You want to go back, don't you?
It's so good. It's so good.
You want to go back?
Well, I mean,
get Daddy Newsom in here. I'll bring you back.
I did.
Come back.
What's it called? For tomorrow night, I made a reservation for myself at Anton's restaurant just in case I wanted to go. Yeah.
On Good Friday, Jay.
Yeah. Why? What's important about Good Friday?
I mean, I'm not Catholic or Christian or anything like that.
Exactly.
But do you think Antoine's would want that? They gotta be.
They let me
reserve.
What
if they cancel on you?
Honestly,
Islamophobia.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did or not.
Actually, yeah.
I have been ditched so many times.
By who? Me?
Here in Florida.
By me?
No, by Jenna.
Oh, them fighting words.
I beat her in pickleball one time, and then she just ignores my calls afterwards.
And
honestly, that's what happens. I understand. I get it. It's fair.
It's fair. I get it.
Yeah.
It's okay. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Some people just can't take a licking in pickleball.
No, but it could have been how I beat these 87-year-olds in pickleball too. I mean, I hit them in the face once, and it wasn't like it was on purpose.
Hold on, Jay, you're beating up 87-year-old women.
We were playing pickleball.
You're punching them in the face.
That their face.
Are you the suspect? Are you the hooded? Are you the hooded assailant in that video?
I'm sorry. Did it look like you had a pickleball bat? No. Or racket.
Pickleball bat.
Racket. Right? Is it racket? Racket.
Paddle. Pickleball bat.
paddle bat.
No, we have that on. That's on record, by the way. Pickleball bat. Anyways, there was a New York police officer that was murdered, and Trump went to his wake.
It was murdered by
both 45 and 46 were in New York. 45 was there for going to the wake of a police officer who was killed. And then on the other flip side, you have 46, Joe Biden, in New York, but at a fundraiser with Lizzo.
And it's so funny because they're not going to mention, like when they report on this, no journalist has the cojones,
the balls,
to report on it and and remind their readers about who Lizzo is and what she did to her backup dancers and what she did to her staff.
What's so crazy? All right, so there's a article from the Christian Science Monitor. I'm gonna send. Actually, I need to log into StreamYard from my other computer. But
yeah, go.
The title of it is "Can Leah Michelle, Lizzo, and Barack Obama give Joe Biden the boost he needs?"
Oh my god. It's so amazing. Yeah, because that is exactly what normal Americans really care about.
What's so funny is that those three people are like considered the most divisive and toxic people that are currently in public life right now.
It would be like, oh, P. Diddy, what is he going to do for Obama, for Biden's numbers?
Joe Biden's March 28th fundraiser features former presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. Oh, Bill Clinton is there. Oh, Stephen Colbert. Oh, Mindy Kaling, Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah is not as divisive. And Lizzo, among other performers.
Bill Clinton, the friend of Jeffrey Epstein,
the New York, the frequent flyer on Epstein Air,
Epstein's jet.
Yeah, frequent. He's got frequent flyer miles.
Epstein, the New York financier.
Epstein. Bill Clinton, the Arkansas governor.
It's Bill Clinton, the friend of Jeffrey Epstein, the New York financier.
Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky's boyfriend.
Monica Lewinsky's fling. No, it shows just the complete lack of care
of
the American people and the American public. It really is, because instead of them going and being part of the working class, being part of the middle class of America and all that kind of stuff, they're going and holding fundraisers. How much was a plate in this fundraise? How much was a photo op? How much was any of that kind of stuff?
They raised $25 million during that fundraiser. I don't know how much it was per plate, but
it was something insane.
Hold on. Tickets are as low as $225. A photo with all three is $100,000. A donation of $250,000 earns donors access to one reception, and $500,000 gets them into an even more exclusive gathering.
So all the photo ops that you see them with celebrities cost $100,000.
$100,000.
Every one of them.
Yeesh.
And what did Trump do for $0 and absolutely free? Actually went and paid his condolences to the family members of the fallen police officer from this illegal alien that murdered him.
Remember, folks, and it's a big club and you ain't in it.
Yep, unless you have $100,000 for a photo. Just
a single photo. Yes, Jay, I'm saving up all my money just to get one photo with these people.
And it's so sick because they make fun. Like the same people who are praising this type of fucking thing will make.
Oh, hey, Jay.
This fudging thing would make fun of Trump with releasing his Trump sneakers for $300.
Those Trump sneakers are hilarious.
They are, but you could get a Trump sneaker for $300. Or go get a photo with Joe Biden for $100,000, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's the man of the people."
That's the same thing.
That's 100% the same thing.
I love how Trump went to Philadelphia sneaker convention specifically to sell the Trump sneakers. Man, that's such a baller move.
It really is. And now, and he's getting instead of having photo ops with the gay guy from Will and Grace.
Wait, are you talking about?
He's going and having photo ops with like normal everyday Americans. There's that is a huge disconnect between the two, and you're going and the way it's going to be reported on is going to be a complete direct reflection on how corrupt and disingenuous the media is.
So we've had Bati on the show quite a bit, and she's been very big about, fighting for the working class. And I think she's had this sort of, had this epiphany. I think she has a new book coming out, or that just came out. Second Class, and specifically about how Democrats have forgotten about the working class. And I think it's pretty safe to say that Democrats are the party of the elites, just straight up and down. Like you don't find anyone in the Democratic Party who's not, well, I would say the non-elites within the Democratic Party are the minority groups that they basically have lied to into voting for them.
Yeah, I mean, you have people up in arms right now, Chicago, New York, all the minorities, all the like the Black public and immigrant and Latino immigrants and all that kind of stuff that are seeing the complete lack of care for their communities.
Yeah.
And how much they're just throwing at illegal aliens and at the problem. People in these communities are not happy about the way they're handling illegal aliens coming into this country, because it's putting a damper on schools. It's putting, I mean, just a few months ago, they kicked out students at an elementary school to allow for illegal aliens to go in New York City.
Yeah, just to not even just to go in, like to learn to like live.
To live in, yeah. That's to just take over. And they're completely destroying, taking over.
I think what's the craziest thing about this whole fundraiser is that do people not want to talk about how Lizzo completely like how she treated her own backup dancers and her employees, like to the point of like reaching the same threshold as like a Katie Porter or a Amy Klobuchar or a Pramila Jayapal. Like they just like treating their employees like absolute shit.
Yeah.
Garbage. Just like they are literally beneath them and they have no business. Like if they don't worship the ground that they walk on, then they might as well just go, bury themselves alive.
Yeah.
And I remember what the stories coming out in the last year or so talking about this. How is Lizzo able to just ingratiate herself within like Democratic
because she's
society?
fat and a Black person, that's why. And also
like
the Democratic Party is a sucker for popular culture and stuff. That's why before 2016 they were all up in Trump's ballsack the whole time, and then the same people that are now all of a sudden completely anti-Trump, like Joe whatever his name is on NBC. Before, he was giving Trump the most airtime.
Mm-hmm.
And giving him also call-in interviews that has never been done before with a presidential candidate.
Yeah. So,
and then now he's switching it up, and they're totally going to forget what happened with Lizzo, because Lizzo votes the same way that they do. So they're not going to try and attack her as hard as they would say a Kid Rock for playing at a Trump gathering. And also, like, to get back to this family, that officer would not have been killed if that illegal alien wasn't in this country, and also if our justice system with the Soros DAs was actually implemented, because the guy had a huge rap sheet as well.
mm-hmm.
He should have been deported ages ago and not be in this country. And he was here and he murdered the police officer. the rot that is in these cities and the rot that is in the Democratic Party with the help of Soros DAs and everything, there needs to be a huge swing in order for us to get back on track with
I
the
just
country.
don't know what would take a lot of these people to wake up and realize that they're like trapped in this like vicious cycle of they always feed into the bullshit narrative about, you know, how Republicans and conservatives are portrayed. So any Republican or conservative politician is looked at now as a fascist. And because fascism is the key buzzword here, everyone that is labeled one by the media or by other people immediately becomes radioactive. And then the Democrats just coast to victory because people don't want to vote for a fascist. And really, the real fascists are these Democrats who've basically weaponized the state, and they've weaponized the media against pretty much the people, and have used it for their own gain. And on top of that, not only do they not do anything, it's like they regress and do the exact opposite of what would actually help people, and then you get a situation like you have in all of these cities.
And the thing is like a lot of them honestly look at it and believe that they're doing the right thing, that they have to
Which is
destroy the
most
norm
insane thing
to do the right thing, which means if Trump becoming president is worse than them stealing ballots, it's worse than them allowing for illegal unvetted illegal aliens to come through the border. That's how they view it. I mean, it is literally a complete it's a complete theory that they think that the ends justify the means. And they think because they're fighting fascism and they're saving democracy, that destroying the norms to save democracy outweighs any like bad thing that they have to do in order to get it done and in order to keep Trump out of the presidency.
Yeah, I mean, they'll literally ruin a man's life. They'll ruin many people's lives simply to get what they want.
Yeah, doesn't matter how low in the totem pole you are. That's what's going to happen. So
it's like it's by design. They're doing it on purpose.
On purpose.
But
Habibis, go ahead and join our locals, because we're going to switch over to locals for the last 15 minutes here.
Wait, for the last 15 minutes of this episode?
Yes.
Starting now?
Starting now.
Why now? It's like we're 43 minutes into the show.
Okay.
We do.
So 19 minutes.
And yeah, we'll in like 17 minutes, we'll flip over to our locals only. So join us on there. Use the promo code one of us, which is actually a link in the description. You can actually get 3 months off of a yearly subscription.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Well, especially now that the bracket's going to be closed. Finally, that thing's absolutely
which
disgusting.
Bracket?
The March Madness.
Yeah. Are you pissed off still, Jay?
It's garbage. So you guys want to make sure to join us for the on locals for the for the fantasy football, because we
do that every year now.
Yeah, every year, and we live stream the games.
Jay live streams them.
Yes,
and he's probably going to get arrested for it.
Might happen.
Probably because he's an illegal immigrant.
Oh my God. I am not. I need to get that American tattoo.
No, you don't.
And then it's going to be illegal immigrant on it. Like when you put black light on it, just like when like when we want to go count the cum stains in my bed.
Right.
We'll do it on here.
I could see us do that.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
And also, for the Habibis who are, just tuning in or they've been a part of us, you want to support the show, at least check out some of the stuff that we're pushing, like 1775 Coffee and Rumble Cloud. If recommend it to people who are making websites or they do run stuff, because Rumble Cloud just launched, and it's basically whatever happened to Parler on AWS, Rumble Cloud is basically the solution to that. So you don't have to worry about getting canceled off the internet for wrong think. And if you're, avid coffee enjoyer, the 1775 Coffee's got some bitching coffee.
And if you like making tiramisu.
Oh yeah, and tiramisu.
Did you hear Terry married Sue?
I didn't. Wait, who's Terry and who's Sue and who's Mary?
Terry married Sue.
Marie.
Marie.
I
I also made some fantastic panna cotta today too.
Yeah, that was bitching panna cotta.
Man, I started up dinner like it was nothing.
Bro, you're gonna like. There's no wonder why you can't lose weight with Jay around. I mean, this guy goes to the gym like 3 hours a day. I go to work, and then I come back, and he's like making like a 5-course meal, and I'm over here just like. I have no time to go to the gym. It's work, Habibi Bros, and family, and like that's it. Like I have, and if I'm lucky, sleep. No time to like for these gains. Jay, you are like.
Everybody thinks I'm on steroids, but I'm not on steroids.
You're on creatine.
I'm just taking creatine. It's been really good.
My colleague at work, Mikey, said he said to me early. Like either this week or last week, he's like, "Yo, Jay is yoked." So
getting there. I mean, because when I first got here, I was only 178 pounds. I'm like 200 pounds now. I want to get 15 more pounds, and that's perfect.
All in his penis. All in his penis. So.
Well, I'm also my butt, like half of it in my butt. My legs and butt have been doing really well.
So the Mayorkas is what is Elon Musk on about? Let me share this because I'm not on social media this month of Ramadan, which ends like in 2 weeks, but I pulled this up because this was in the rundown. You see this? Let me zoom in a little bit. FX Hedge tweets out Biden considering granting amnesty, handing out green cards to illegal immigrants, according to the Daily Caller. Oh, yeah, this is the one thing that we forgot to cover. President Joe Biden is currently considering granting amnesty to illegal migrants in a bid to act on the worsening immigration crisis, according to Politico. Biden and his administration are weighing several ideas to take a tougher stance on the southern border crisis and illegal immigration. Amid criticisms, he has thus far failed to act on either. The administration could start doling out green cards to illegal immigrants who have long stayed inside the United States, thereby giving them amnesty to stay in the country. 3 people familiar with the planning told Politico. And Elon Musk says the Dem Party goal is to import voters. We briefly touched upon this on Tuesday's show about how what's to stop basically any of these even if you can't vote until you're a citizen under constitutional rules, I'm sure they are going to pave the way for green card holders to vote.
Yeah, well, they're trying to allow even just illegal aliens to vote for in of themselves,
right? And
it's a sad reality in our world today is that these Democratic run cities are going to allow for illegal aliens to vote for local elections, and then they're going to try and force it into the federal level. It's what's going to happen. 100%. I see it. 100%. I see it coming going that way in regards of illegal aliens. And then they're also going to use the green card as, you guys wanted a form of ID to allow them to vote. Well, what's better than a green card or, a driver's license and a green card and that kind of stuff to allow them to vote. Even if you just allow them with the driver's license, a driver's license is not an ID for an American citizen. Right. It's an ID for you to be able to drive in America. You can be a non-American citizen with an American driver's license.
Jay has a driver's license, FYI, but he has not proven to me that he's actually an American citizen. So
I also got my license plate today, and guess what the number is? 69.
Very nice.
Yep.
Did you get a vanity plate?
No, I just got a normal one, but I got lucky because behind her, the first one that you see is 57. So I was like, in my mind, I'm counting them all the way up to make sure that it could go all the way up to 69. And I found it. And they let me know because we're in a like an older
Building.
an older demographic.
Oh,
So they always get these ones returned. They get 69 returned all the time.
what?
Because when they get the 69 and then their grandkids be like, oh, you know what that means? They come back and return it.
Really?
Yes. And now
Is that what they said?
That's what she was telling me over the counter. And then they also had like an A55.
Nice.
Yes. And I was like, I'll take that one.
Was it available?
No, it was already taken and gone. But yeah, so I made sure at least I got something out of it. Damn. And you know what's so crazy? I talked about this last time too. It only cost me $295 to register here in Florida with the license plate, and then next year it's only going to be $70, even less.
It is,
and it's $400 a year in California.
Florida also is doing. I think this is a good segue here because Florida, DeSantis has been going back to his winning ways. Just this week, passing a law or signing a law or whatever. I don't even know what he's actually done.
I know you don't know any of it,
but I know the squatters thing was a big deal.
Yeah, the squatter thing was a big deal because there was story after story coming out of New York where squatters have actually been arresting homeowners and kicking them out of their own homes. So the one thing he did was that there is no such thing as squatter rights in Florida.
Right.
The state of Florida, there's no such thing as squatter rights. That's it.
So
you do not have rights.
And there are a lot of
has no rights.
There are a lot of vacant homes because there are a lot of snowbirds here. So it's not like if like anybody was wondering if squatters would be a problem in Florida, yes, they actually would be a problem in Florida because if you didn't have these protections, and also this is a stand your ground state.
Yeah.
So like you have any homeowner coming in and they got a shotgun, they got a 12 gauge, they got, Desert Eagle, like they put one in you, like they're legally protected. They can absolutely, spray you in lead showers.
Because it is an like a property rights is an absolute thing.
Unless you're a commie.
Right. That's why there's squatter rights in places like New York and California and all of these commie places, because they don't believe in property rights. They don't believe in ownership the way that freedom loving Americans believe in ownership and property rights. So
I'm actually glad that we are I completely forgot, Jay. It's Thursday. You know what that means, right? It's the list, baby. Let's go.
Oh.
It's the list, baby. I almost forgot. This is actually really bad. I can't believe I constantly do this, but so we're gonna go through the worst takes that we've seen on Twitter. We missed a lot actually in the last couple of weeks, so we're gonna try to pound through them. ADL comes in. They're nominated for as digital social spaces, online games should be regulated to address hate and extremism. It's vital for Congress to examine extremist radicalization in these spaces, and we are grateful to Rep. Tommy Lahren for leading this effort. An important piece to read. Thank you, Tommy. Tommy Lahren became a congresswoman. Congrats to her. Bill Maher. Wow, Bill Maher getting on the list.
That hasn't happened in a while.
It hasn't happened in a while. He's been usually pretty good on stuff. Bill Maher tweets out, "Stop acting like life in America in 2024 is unbearable. Biden's ratings are in the toilet, not because he's doing a bad job, but because many Americans like living with their head in the toilet." I don't understand. Is Bill Maher trying to get back on being very anti-Trump because it helped his ratings? Does someone get to him? He's compromised. I don't know.
Yes.
Scientific American, the next nominee, comes in with saying a study of more than 100 birthing parents showed that pregnancy and birth cause changes in brain circuits that may be involved in empathy and bonding with the child. Why can't you just call them parents? More than 100 parents. Why birthing parents? God, No, there's a community note saying Scientific American reports on a study published in Nature called Women's Neuroplasticity During Gestation, Childbirth, and Postpartum. The study uses woman, mother, and female and does not call subjects birthing parents. SA, a Scientific American, uses terms not found in the study. Politico is next up, saying Trump often uses jokes and laughter to normalize his behavior, a trick used by autocrats in the past, writes Michael Cruz. Trump's funny as shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's you don't get it. Every time Hitler came out, he started with a knock knock joke.
Do you know any of his knock knock jokes, Jay?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Click.
Click who?
Oh, the ashtray's ready.
Jesus Christ. Why'd I even ask?
I don't even know.
NBC News. Next up, saying former President Donald Trump vowed at a rally that there would be a bloodbath if he's not reelected in November. We meant to cover this last week because last week was a big on the bloodbath, but we didn't do a show on Thursday because I was really tired.
Yes, you were.
I was. It was a rough week. All right, Rachel Bitecoffer. If you've ever seen her, then she was one of these catfish never Trumpers. She tweets out, "How much will your groceries cost after Trump has rounded up all the field workers?" What? What is she talking about, Jack?
She's talking about illegal aliens because he's like, who's picking your tomatoes? Who's picking up? Who's cleaning your toilets? these fat. She is fat and ugly, and also like just completely useless. And her kids probably hate her.
I appreciate your restraint there, Jay, because you're about to throw out.
I hate these. I hate them. I hate them with such a passion because they like to pretend that wanting strict immigration laws to curb anti-aliens from coming in here is racist, but it's not racist to cheer on and want slave labor to pick your tomatoes or pick your strawberries or wipe your toilets clean.
Right.
Like these people are sick. And they should be spit in the face. Like if you, I'm just saying.
I prefer to
that's
spit.
The less.
I
that's
prefer
the
to
least
spit
of it.
in their
but
mouth.
Just spit, no, in their eye, and then let it like contract pink eye and all that kind of fun stuff.
Well, I can imagine why they would get pink eye if you specifically spit in their mouth and spit in their eye. Next up, we got Rep. Jason Crow, who tweets out January 6th rioters are not hostages. They're insurrectionists who brutally beat and kill police officers. Donald Trump continues to get more dangerous. And this is in reference to Trump saluting while playing an alternative national anthem at his rally featuring violent January 6th insurrectionists. Please rise for the unfairly treated January 6th hostages. I feel like there was a, a community note saying that there were actually no officers who were killed by any of the rioters of the January 6th rioters.
Yep.
Next up, we got Jessica Halliday Hardy, who tweets out, so NYPD cops at our subway station asked my 3-year-old if she wants stickers and then handed her these. I am livid, handing out well-known white nationalist stickers to kids.
White nationalist stickers.
Man.
God, these people they're so deluded.
Man.
Oh, of course. And she looks exactly the way that you think she would.
Man, I honestly, if someone finds a tweet from her saying that I had to go to the police because she was punched in the face randomly in the streets of New York City.
Oh, that would be epic. You need to do a side-by-side with this.
That would be, yeah. I mean, I pray that doesn't happen to her, but if that does happen to her, then we'll be ready. Not that I'm like wishing that would happen on anyone, but
it definitely doesn't sound like you're wishing it.
I'm not wishing it on anyone. Zero. Politico comes in next. Republicans fixate on
Were we
messy
supposed to do this
withdrawal.
shirtless?
No, we saved that for locals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get.
No, wait. I thought locals was our shirt. No,
we're changing the rules now.
Okay, let's go.
We're changing the rules.
Well, I love it.
Yeah, I think you have to pay to see us take off our clothes.
Right. I post nudes for free on Twitter almost.
Yeah, but I don't.
No, you don't.
So this is the paid features for the Habibis who pay to see me shirtless.
That's right.
Exactly. Republicans fixate on messy Afghanistan withdrawal. This from Politico. Oh, I'm sorry. Republicans are fixating on the messy Afghanistan withdrawal because it was just it was so disorganized. It was just
it was from the last admin.
They forgot. They forgot. Somebody forgot the luggage.
We left how many vehicles over? They didn't count them.
Some passengers they missed their flight.
Right. I mean,
it's tough, man.
How far can a human fall from the sky and actually die? We don't know these things. We don't know these answers.
Who's to say that it was? It could have been done. Just if they had just made their flight, none of this would have happened.
Exactly.
Mike Sington next up says Barron Trump turns 18 today. He's fair game now, and of course that post has been deleted. By the way, Barron
I can't
Trump,
wait to go. I mean, in locals, I want to go into this conspiracy theory with Barron Trump.
All right. Next up, we got the Globe and Mail that says opinion: excessive free speech is a breeding ground for more Trumps. This is what happens.
Oh my God!
This is what happens when you let Canadians have opinions.
I know. Honestly, you need to. We need a new Canada. We've allowed them to live for way too long.
In fact, they have been taking advantage of us being distracted by other stuff, because don't make us come up there, Canada. We'll do it.
We don't even need to. We'll just drone the shit out of them.
That's true too. Lieutenant Governor Penny Flanagan comes in saying, "I filled out my brackets based on whether those schools are located in a state that protects access to abortion care. By this measurement, it's only fair that Minnesota didn't make the tournament because they'd have been a favorite for the title." That is no. But she did pick UConn to win the national championship, which is actually, it's probably, wait, what?
UConn
in South Carolina. South Carolina doesn't, whatever. Anyway, I don't want to think about it too hard. The Atlantic comes in next saying America is in a funk and no one seems to know why, but the pundits are overlooking a crucial explanation. George McCary and Raf Ideas, right? I don't know what this is in reference to, but I trust that Ben put it on there for a good reason. It's probably going to be fired because of it. Next up, we have Chris Murphy, who is responding to Habibi Yashar's tweet saying, "News, I'm told by multiple sources that U.S. networks will broadcast." Let me try to zoom in here. Will broadcast. Can I get in here? No. Can I not get in? No.
Okay, so
right,
he's
whatever.
saying,
I'm told by multiple sources that U.S. networks will broadcast a special report on Kate Middleton's health at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. I can't confirm if the broadcast will share major news on the status of her health. Chris Murphy, the senator from Connecticut, says, "Can confirm I was supposed to be on CNN at 2 p.m. to talk about the anniversary of the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare, and the millions of lives it has saved, but my interview has been bumped by this much more important topic."
And it was her just announcing that she actually has cancer and is going to be going through chemotherapy. And thanks for everyone's worries, because I mean, there's a lot of noise and all that kind of stuff, speculation and everything that's going on over
a lot of conspiracies
happening. So she wanted to put those to bed and just let people know, I'm fighting cancer.
I actually have cancer. Yeah.
And then he deleted it.
Yeah, I don't know why this is so skewed. It's definitely
it's
the intern's formatting
thing.
Right.
Unfortunately, his MRI scan, they couldn't find what made him a retard and fix it.
Must be within his soul if he had one. Anyways, Washington Post comes in next saying anal assist? Anal assist by Philip Bump. Why would a news organization pay someone to lie to viewers?
Fuck these people, they do it so brazenly like this too, like so brazenly. They will say this stuff when we have NBC, who has been having paid DNC they have the press secretary of the White House, Jen Psaki, as a paid anchor. Mm-hmm. Who lied on her as they were negotiating and paying her lied on the show,
Right.
lied again on the show about Russia collusion. Then they have paid anchors who lied about the COVID vaccine, lied about Russia collusion, lied about Russia hacking the election, lied about all of these things, and they were paid for it. Philip is another guy who is paid by the Washington Post, who goes on and lies over and over again for this administration.
Literally,
the whole industry is filled with no integrity whatsoever. They're all liars. Every one of them are liars.
I just got an update from Ben on our the list turn talking about the Atlantic tweet. This one up here. The America is in a funk tweet. He said Atlantic tweet was about COVID being the source of our problems in 2024.
Oh my God.
Thank you for that clarification, Ben.
Source of our problems
you're still fired
in 2024.
Still fired. Next up, we have Play the Game. Play the Game tweets out, in the absence of robust scientific data, sports should take an ethical approach to the inclusion of transgender athletes. Andy Harvey suggests developing benchmarks for tolerable unfairness as a way to determine inclusion. And it has a image of saying practical suggestions on how sports federations can be fair to transgender athletes. There's a community note on it, as well as saying robust data indicate men have significant physical advantages over women. Larger muscles, larger hearts, lungs and airways, and longer limbs. Men are stronger, more powerful, and faster than females.
Oh, wow. That is...
During Women's History Month, no less.
Wow.
The racism and misogyny knows no bounds. Dr. Kevin M. Young is next up on the list, saying if you use DEI, woke, or CRT as a pejorative, then you're probably the racist in the room.
And it doesn't help that we had some people who are claiming the accident that happened
in Baltimore
was DEI. That doesn't help at all. Like, stop using DEI as a crutch for everything. Like, the people who use Boeing as an example of DEI are completely wrong, and it makes you look retarded when you use those arguments on things that it doesn't have to be put on, and it allows people like
are you saying critics of DEI using it as a reason for why these things are happening?
Yeah, there's legitimate reasons why certain areas and certain companies are failing because of DEI. But that's not Boeing.
They're assigning it to places that aren't suffering.
Yes,
and it gives DEI. They're suffering in other ways.
Yes, and they give the idea that DEI is a new boogeyman like credence, and that's a problem. Right. You don't want to allow you do not want any of your arguments to be able to be used by the other side in a way to make your argument look stupid.
Yeah.
And by using it on places that it doesn't exist, you look stupid.
Hella dumb. We're getting close to the bottom here. I think there's the last one. Yeah. Liz Lenz tweets out, when an upper middle class white lady says marriage is working for her, like, yeah, that's the point of white supremacy and patriarchy, BB. It works for you and no one else. What? There's no way that this woman is actually in there's no way that she like found person for her and is actually, yeah. I mean, look at that, Jay.
Nah.
No way.
That's 4 cats.
She's yeah, 4 cats and childless. No,
that's exactly what it is. 4 cats.
Totally.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Anyways, Habibis. Oh wow, we made it to 69 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and switch over to our locals. So Habibis, join us over there. Make sure you use the promo code one of us. It's actually in the link in the description. We're gonna do a little Q&A. We're also gonna look over our brackets, and Jay's gonna share some conspiracy theories about God knows what was it, Barron Trump?
Yeah, Barron Trump. It's a very interesting.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
All right, Habibis, we'll see you over there.